items down there. I was like, cool, whatever, right? And then I was like, hey, that's a Magikarp battle distance. So I fucking like threw a Pokeball at it. Threw like a regular ass Pokeball because I was like, it's a fucking Magikarp, right? It's like level 20, whatever. And then it popped out and it turned and it got upset with me. And so it started like attacking me. And I was like, what in the actual fuck? And so I threw out my like little like 50 starter and I was like, well, whatever, right? Like this will just be like I'll like smack him once or something just to get him weak or whatever, right? Just so he stops attacking me. And then it's an alpha and I was like, okay, he can take one smack. No.
Yeah.
No, he got fucking obliterated by Bite. I hit him with Bite and he just died and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's definitely a fun game.
It's the most fun Pokemon game I've played.
Definitely.
And it's interesting because the game doesn't revolve around like Pokemon battles and shit. Like that's like the least part of it.
Yeah.
But it's all about like catching them and like filling out Pokedex, like exploring and shit. That's what I like more.
It's just the Monster Hunter grind, except with Pokemon.
And
it's like, all right, I gotta. Where's that drop?
You're told what you got to do too. It's not just like, you know what I mean? Like it's like go and do this specific thing to fight them. Where Monster Hunter is just like, hey, I wonder if they figure this out yet. No, we ain't gonna tell them. Fuck them.
I have noticed that the more popular Pokemon games recently are the ones that are more about catching than like battles. Like Pokemon Go blew up.
Right? You get to a certain point where you have your starter or like whichever one is like your big like
then battle you just hit A.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're just stupidly destructive.
And in this one they can gang up on you.
Oh,
they do pretty. Yeah, if you piss off like 5 or 6, which let me tell you. That is the way to fucking get your Pokedex filled out. When it's like, you need to kill 6 of these that are aggressive, or you just run circles, get all 6 to aggro you, and drop like a level 80 Alpha Garchomp from them, be like, welcome to the whatever the fuck you want.
And now is he fighting Garchomp and you just Pokeball them?
No. Garchomp just eats them.
Oh.
Because
so beating them fills the Pokedex?
Pretty much, yeah. So every creature in the Pokedex, right, they have certain things that you have to do to fill it out, right? It'll be like, catch X amount. Give X amount food without them noticing, catch X amount without being noticed, kill X amount, you know, like shit like that. See them use this ability, see them use this style, like, you know what I mean, evolve this one, right? It's different for each one. Some of them will give like more points, and once you get 10 points, it fills the Pokedex and they become registered. But if you do all of them, like complete all of the challenges on there, then it lowers or it increases the chance of finding a shiny even more.
Nice.
And so like the more tedious ones are like, you know, catch 25 of them. Defeat 25 of them. And so when I was doing those, I would just fucking run in circles and get like 5 or 6 pissed off and then just fucking drop whatever because they're all like level 10 or 20 and my dude's level fucking 80. And then he just shit all over them and I'm like, alright, cool, that's how you get 5 right there. Nice. Get those 5. I just do that shit on repeat.
I haven't played Arceus yet, but I've been playing Brilliant Diamond, and they brought the affection system into combat in a really weird way. Where like they added like extra dialogue boxes where it's like Empoleon is thinking about the time you first met. I'm like, how would you know that?
Yeah.
And why are you telling me? Just
like
water gun
There's
him.
a bunch of memes like that where it's like Pikachu is interested in your mom.
Yeah, it does that shit during combat.
Like,
the weirdest one is like when you have like an Anthro Pokemon like Alakazam or Machamp, and they're like they want to snuggle against you.
And you're like, what the fuck? Bro, that one's psychic. He's putting those words in your brain. He's like, give me them snuggles, bitch. And you're like, get back here, Pokemon, get back here, Pokemon.
Cuddling with Pokemon is a weird concept because I remember there's this image where it's just like, cuddling with your Eevee? Okay. Cuddling with your Machamp? No.
Weird.
But yeah, it's just that one image.
Can you
just
cuddle with a Veneri? Is that in
your
a
mom?
weird area?
It's like, what?
Yeah,
but
it just does that shit during combat, bro.
I've been liking it a lot. A lot of times I play it like while I have like the TV going on in the background because like a lot of it can be kind of mindless sometimes, especially like whenever you're like waiting for shit to spawn or like you're like clearing out like a zone threat because like once you clear out the zone, right, they don't really like respawn. You gotta like go somewhere else really to respawn. And so, you know, you'll like, at least for me, I'll like look at like, okay, what spawns in this area, right? It's like, okay, it's all the Ponias or whatever. Like, okay, what do I need to do for them? All right, cool, I gotta kill 20 of them with water. Cool, all right, here's my water guy. And like, I'll do that shit and then I'll go to the next area.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Dude, I destroyed that Rapidash that's in the very beginning, that alpha one, because I didn't fuck with him until I came back. And then I didn't realize, it feels like in this Pokemon, like whenever you do a fight, that the super effectives are actually like super effective. Because like I'll have like a level like 20 guy hit a level 80 dude with something that's super effective, and it still drops my health by a quarter. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But so when I fought that Alpha Rapidash, right, I was like, all right. Didn't really know how super effective was yet, and so I hit him with like a water ability, right? That was fairly strong. I think it was like Hydro Pump.
Oh,
because
shit,
I was like,
Everyone's like one of the strongest water moves.
Yeah, but I was like, he's an alpha. He'll take it. Man got bodied.
Yeah.
He fucking died, and I was like, well, fuck. I kind of wanted him on my team.
Now here's a question: Why in this game can you still not capture famed Pokemon? Like, why can't you be like, you're passed out, you're mine now?
It's because they go into the ground when you knock them out.
It feels like in this game, you're not making them pass out.
You're killing them.
You're just fucking destroying them. Like when my Alpha Garchomp uses Bite on a level 3 Starly, that bitch is not coming back.
Yeah,
that thing is
like
dead.
It's the spirit of the hunt, really. It's not like a.
You know how it usually says Starly fainted? This one says Starly is gone.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, like if you're hunting and you see someone
Starly is
else
mangled.
on the ground, you're like, I'm not gonna take that.
So when you find a legendary and you actually knock him out, you're just murdering the last of their kind.
That's the embodiment of death, and like, oh no, an entropy. Oh no, I killed it.
As far as I can tell, the legendaries don't spawn until after like you complete the game. And I've seen a couple places where I'm like, this is too inconspicuous for it not to spawn a legendary. You know, this is a random fucking island with a massive rock on it. Has to spawn a legendary. But I think I didn't think of the legendary. I think you have to do a couple different things. I think you have to catch the unknown.
My bad.
And those unknown are kind of fucking hard to find.
We haven't even tried to catch them.
I found like 4 of them, and they make like a specific noise whenever you're near them, and I don't like. I'm not even really conscious of the noise. Every time I found one, it makes the noise, and I'm like, the fuck is that noise? And then I start looking around, and I'm like, is that eyeball blinking at me? Yeah, eyeball's blinking. Are you making it? Shut the fuck up! And then I catch him, and I'm like, all right. Cool.
Shut up.
Yeah, basically.
I catch him just so I can tell it to shut up.
Pretty much.
I saw.
But I have like 4 of them now.
Stop.
And from what I've seen, there's like different like areas that like I found right where it's just like a random like tunnel or some shit, right? And like midway through the tunnel, you'll see on the wall there's like this unknown writing. And if you click on it, it'll say something. They don't know what the fuck it says because it's all unknown, right?
Like, they're just normal letters.
No.
All the unknown
doesn't
letters.
help to go
I know.
back.
What I'm saying is like it won't actually tell you.
That's why I'm sitting like this, dude.
Until you have them.
That's it.
And so it won't even like
from now on.
He's trying to teeth right
because
there.
it doesn't
trying
put
to
it
eat
into
them
a
up
format
balls.
that's like readable.
Oh,
As if they're letters, you know what I mean?
Gotcha. It doesn't say like the unknown speak in the thing, and it's like, all right, look.
Yeah, exactly.
So is that how people get
exasperated because
is that how people become literate in Pokemon? They just have to capture the fucking letter Pokemon?
That's what I assume how they learned language in Pokemon is unknown were like trying to communicate, and it was like, okay, there's 7 unknown, and they're pointing at that tree with an apple on it. That's how you spell apple, I guess.
I saw a Twitter post where someone was saying that like they should make the Pokemon actually say their names. And someone retweeted that and they said, I've gotten through so many dark times by throwing out Cricket Tune and hearing Womp.
The noise that it fucking makes for whatever reason.
I love that.
And I remember there's a person that gives you the mission to like catch a Cricket Tune, and it was like, what's the noise that it makes? And you just read it like dee 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 doom. Can you catch a Cricket Tune for me and like show me what it says? And you just like, oh yeah.
Yeah, that is that.
I was like, why did you make that noise?
All of them make some weird noises because I mean, like if you read, like, or they even make this in the anime where it's more accurate, but all the Reggies make like weird dubstep sounds.
Oh yeah, when they talk.
Reggie Rock specifically goes
Hell yeah, Reggie Rock.
And if you look at his text in game, he goes unf. And they're like, huh, alright, well that checks out. But then you have Dialga that just goes Gwar, and I mean, I guess that works out too. He doesn't say Dialga.
And then you have Arceus who just speaks in the human language with his mind. He's
That's
like, I am
terrible.
God, I created Pokemon, not humans, but I created Pokemon.
Here's a cell phone.
Yeah.
that you can use.
I am capable of creating technology.
That is the weirdest weirdest setup for the game. Like, okay, never mind. It's not the weirdest setup. It's actually it's a step above what all their old setups were, but it's still fucking weird. Like, yes, it's no longer like, hey son, now that you've turned 12, go find the weird doctor guy about
10.
Pokemon.
Yeah, 10.
But
Now that you're
even
10,
worse,
you
right?
can join the
Like,
International Dogfighting League.
and it's even
Go
better,
stop
right?
the mafia.
Because like you walk out into some tall grass and there's this old man out there that's like, oh no, that Pokemon's trying to beat my ass. Young child, please take one of these
Young
three
child, help this
Pokemon
Pokemon's
and
trying
beat
to
its
fight
ass
you."
for me.
That's why my
You
dick
showed
was out.
such an aptitude for beating its ass. You should come back with me to my lab.
Don't make me sound like a pedophile.
But that's the thing, though.
I prefer
and
the
then this
professor
man-
who wants to fuck your mom. He's like, hey,
Wait,
kid, go catch all
Hold
the
on,
Pokemon.
hold on.
Yeah.
It gets better though, because then this man's like, here, you can take one of these Pokemon. And now that you've done that, here's a Pokedex. Go out in the world and catch all of them. Don't return
Yeah,
to
exactly.
all
You
of
want to
them.
do free research
You know,
for
like,
me?
and then this kid goes to his mom and he's like, hey mom, this weird doctor,
Dogfighting. You don't
this
get
weird
paid
like
from the
professor guy gave me a Pokemon and this Pokedex and he told me I have to go out into the world now and like catch all of them. And his
Don't
mom's
forget
like,
your running
his
shoes.
mom's like, yeah, don't forget your running shoes. And here's the lunch. Bye bye, sweetie.
Hey, well, I'm gonna go do an unpaid internship.
What the fuck? It's all I say about all that shit.
If it makes you feel better, the information the kid gets is really, really shit.
True.
It's like when you look at like a lot of the psychic ones, like, yeah, I'm pretty sure this guy like seals kids when they fall asleep.
Albert
Yeah, this one eats
That's
fucking
ghost
dreams.
type Pokemon.
It's like Albert doesn't poop. Albert can teleport food inside of his body and the waste outside of his body.
That's
He's
my
like a
favorite
butthole.
part.
Doesn't have a
Like,
butthole
yeah,
or a mouth.
And like so many people, like we've seen so many memes, and they're like, "Bro, who the fuck is writing this Pokedex?" And it's like a 10-year-old.
A 10-year-old.
A fucking 10. That's why it's weird. That's why it makes no fucking sense. Look at it, it's a 10-year-old.
The Pokédex scans the
No,
Pokemon,
no.
gets like the actual like, oh, okay, it's this big and like does this and
No.
this.
But, like, these
and then the kid like writes a description.
Writes in the notes, writes in
Yeah.
the Slugma's skin is hotter than the surface of the sun. It's like, I don't think it is.
Well-
because I'm standing next to one and I'm still alive.
But
What,
so,
are you
so
saying
this
that
one,
you're going to touch it to check it out?
This
huh?
one-
Yeah, I didn't think so. Of course you're going to write something. Go, don't touch it.
This one,
We had this conversation before. It's still a bear.
One,
Man.
Even if it can punch you.
is-
I gotta feel bad for Slugma
Because
now.
the
Like, what
storyline
about
for
when
this
Slugma
one
wants to
is-
cuddle?
is,
No, just slug my
you
balls,
were having
stupid.
a nice time sleeping in your own fucking house,
You got
and then this
teleported,
fucking
right?
god of time, it's just like, yo, bitch, fall into my world.
It's the future
Yeah.
now. Fuck you.
It's the best.
And so,
Oh, it's the best,
And so
yeah.
then
We're gonna reverse
then you
samurai
fall
jack
into
this,
its
but here's
world,
your
right?
cell phone.
And then you land and you're like, the fuck, where am I? And then you meet the professor and all this shit. Everybody's like addicted, like, yeah, there's these weird time race. Fuck off, kid. We don't know who you are. So fuck off.
No,
Pokemon are
even the
manual.
professor's like,
fuck off.
hey, I saw you fall from a rip in space and time. You want to come hang out with me?
Yeah, the professor's the only one that was like that, right? Everybody else is like, we don't trust you. You're an outsider. Fuck off.
Yeah, everyone
You have to
else-
like try to like earn their trust and shit, and the whole time they're like, we still don't trust you, even though you've literally saved this village 20 times. But fuck you. We're
Oh,
like,
so they're giving you the dark
Okay.
Hey, if you don't get a 2.8 meter weasel here, right now, I'm not gonna trust you.
You're not one of
exactly,
us.
exactly.
They're not worth shit unless you can find a weasel.
You know, in the traditional Pokemon games, every time I see Team Rocket like get beat by the kid, I'm like, aren't they just thinking, man, we should have brought guns? Like now we have to leave because they got beat in a Pokemon battle.
So that's the thing.
Let's go
because
stop
in
being evil.
Pokemon, I'd like to say either X and Y or Black and White. The military decides to make their own Pokemon, which is how Genesect was made.
Why does the military
Which-
exist if guns
Which
don't
is,
exist?
if anything,
They do though,
They do, because Rocket uses
because whenever Lieutenant Surge or whatever, like he has a bandolier filled with bullets.
No,
on it.
those are
Yeah.
Pokeballs.
Oh yeah, right, right.
Oh, those are the
These
fucking X attacks and shit.
These are my
Because of
special
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Yeah,
Those are my
she-
special
Dude, that would be sick.
Right, you failed me for the last time.
When you talk to that man, he was like, he says shit like, Raichu and I have been together since the war. And you're like,
Yeah, Raichu was in the war, bro.
Hey, is
That's what they attacked.
Just imagine the Raichu came out was just wearing a fucking like eye patch. There's like a 1,000-yard stare. I've seen shit.
Dude, the Vietnam War would go crazy because they're in the trees. No, they are the trees, and it's the big executors.
Wait. Maybe the reason you don't see any Raichus, you only see Pikachus, is all the fucking Raichus died during the war.
They got drafted.
Well,
Yeah, they got drafted and died during the war.
That's why Ash
other than the fact
football.
that you can only evolve a Raichu by getting a Thunderstone, but
True.
yeah, sure, we'll say that.
Okay,
Thunderstones
what kind
are
of
made
Pokemon
to
has
trigger
like
the
that
boards,
fucking
yeah.
like that fucking dedicated like I can't become like this new thing. The only way we reproduce is if we somehow stumble upon this super rare item. If we don't stumble upon this super rare item, our species goes extinct.
They can technically,
Dude, that's
you can
stupid. There's some that
technically
need
breed.
friendship to evolve.
Well, they don't even reproduce.
They
When they
gotta be
reproduce,
like,
it's
yo,
a
human
Pichu.
has to have caught me.
You can technically breed at any generation or any
But you always make the
evolution
baby
of a
Pokemon.
Yeah,
You
it's
don't
always gonna
breed a
be-
Raichu. That's impossible.
That's why you can breed a
Also,
Skinny and not a Delcatty with a Wailord.
Yeah, get technical on his ass.
But
You know what else makes me mad?
Huh.
The fact that you can only evolve some of them based on moves.
Oh yeah,
They have to have
like
a certain move.
Apom.
And
that's in
Apom
this
specifically
one,
is one
yeah.
that I found out. But there's also
Yeah.
something you have to not only have the move, you have to use it a set amount of time. Like I believe it's to get Mr. Mime, you have to get like light screen or whatever. You have to use it 20 times.
That's amazing.
It's
I
fucking
didn't know
dumb.
that.
And so I was out here trying to evolve a fucking Apom for what felt like hours. Well, it wasn't
Yeah.
hours, right?
Man,
this
man.
Apom was like level 60, and I was like,
Yeah.
level the fuck, just evolve, motherfucker! And now he was like, bro, you gotta put this move on
Teach you
it.
double
Double
Yeah,
dip
well, so the
and
thing is,
double
right,
slap,
right, in all the
double
previous
hit.
games, whenever they get a move, it's like, oh, you have to swap out one of your four. Like, what is he gonna forget? In this one, you don't have to. You can just swap
Yeah.
out any of their moves that they've ever learned, just willy nilly.
Oh, so you have to equip it
So
and then
fucking,
level up.
it was just
Yeah.
it wasn't slotted in there, and so I had this motherfucker for like 2 hours that I didn't need to have him because I didn't know I had to switch out a move. As soon as I switched out the move, he was like, I'm ready. And I was like, I hate you.
You have given me my second hand.
Man, I miss the old days where you just like keep throwing out that Pokemon, being like, okay, now come back so I can put my actual Pokemon out so you can
No,
evolve.
but see,
It's only good enough to
it's
do
so
that
funny
shit.
about Ambipom or Apom evolving to Ambipom because it's like, oh man, you use double hit, and it's like, man, I had to slap this guy twice with my single tail. If only I had two tails.
Now we're in business.
It evolves with Ambipom and has two tails. Like this is better.
Well, because that's also how you evolve Stantler with it's like
Yeah,
Psy
side charge. You have to use it 20
It-
times or some stupid
because
shit.
you can only get it to become its agile style form, and then once you use that enough times and it masters it, then it evolves into the evolution for Stantler. I already forgot its name. Yeah. So
I don't
that's
like
the only
Stantler.
way that
I
it'll
love
do
Stantler.
that. Because
I hate their face.
and it has larger
Yeah, that's funny
antlers
faces,
because of
yeah.
it. So the evolutions for those make sense because it's adapting to using that particular move. Oh,
Careful.
I'm glad it's.
I'm sorry, I didn't know you were that upset about it.
Hopefully you
I
are.
hate
Stantler!
Sorry, I get really cute.
I
So
think
many.
Stantler
I think
was
I'm missing
stupid.
like 40 or 50 Pokemon in that Pokedex in the new one
Yeah.
that I still just haven't even like found. Like there's
Damn.
question marks. And I'm
Well, yeah,
like,
you gotta find all the unknowns. They're
Start
all the
rolling around or
unknowns.
something. I don't know. Just start rolling around.
I mean, except that like I think most of them are probably in the ice area.
And it's
That
so
That would
cool
make
that I
sense
wanna
because it's
grow it.
supposed to be ancient Sinnoh, and Sinnoh has a shit ton of ice Pokemon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But there's also fire ones that like I've had to like fight against in like one of those like occasional like Pokemon battles, and I'm like, where do I find you?
Oh yeah, yeah. That
Oh,
pisses me off because of my
Oh, you
Pokedex.
didn't realize that was the one Pokemon in the entire game you had to catch it then? Yes, I know it's already
no,
in
It's
with
like
another
owned by
trainer.
someone
It's owned by
else.
Yeah, yeah, you have to pull Team Rocket and catch it.
Right? Dude, I was actually talking about that with Nassim. I was like, look, how much freedom they give us like in the Pokemon fights. Like, why couldn't I just be like, ha, he's mine now, bitch.
In,
You know, like,
Yeah, but in
What's to
Pokemon,
stop
most
me?
of the time, it's the trainer that stops
Yeah,
you.
so the trainer
Oh, yeah.
bumps the Pokeball out of the way, even
Yeah,
Oh,
though
the
dude,
trainer like swats
Yeah.
that shit. and
Those
I'm like,
trainers have some good fucking,
Yeah.
they have some good fucking reflexes. It's just like, no, it's mine.
There's,
Yeah.
like
there's,
literal gods are fighting this man's I playing like goal. He's like, yeah, get your Pokemon away from my
and,
shit.
there's some theories in Pokemon that everyone has like low level ESP because there
I got you,
there
yeah.
are trainers that canonically have like psychic
Yeah.
powers. And
Yeah, yeah, all the psychic gems.
In the anime, it's like every time they throw the Pokeball, it hits nose first perfectly every time.
To
And
open
so they're
up.
like to catch it, and so they're like,
Oh, yeah.
they all must be telekinetic, like minor levels of telekinesis. And I was like, that's retarded. What are you talking about?
That's so
But
dumb.
that was a theory that someone told me, and I was like, that sounds dumb. I like it
agree.
when there's only like 7 people who have that power, because otherwise it's dumb. I think if you're like throwing 100 baseballs every time, I'm sure you can like, look, every time I throw the baseball, this part hits first.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah. It's like, look, I just throw the baseball and it fucking does it.
In the new game, it ain't even like that. You fucking hit them with it, and like you see it like connect, like it makes like a noise, like it hits them, and then it like bounces off, and then
And
it
then
opens up, and then
yeah.
it like shoots out like a laser beam.
Yeah,
it's like
that's
some
because
high
it's
tech
your
ass shit.
it's your telekinesis hitting.
Fucking grabbing it.
Use telekinetic projectile.
Wait, does that mean humans are just Pokemon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, a lot
Yeah,
of
that's the
those
weirdest
guys-
thing about Pokemon is everything is classified as Pokemon other than a human.
Is that why you
There's
never
no
see
other
all
kind of
the-
animal other than Pokemon or human.
I mean, I guess. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, but the weirdest part is they has like normal animals too, because I think
They
some
do?
Pokemon are like classified as like Pikachu's classified as like the mouse Pokemon.
Yeah, what's the fuck's a mouse?
Do you
Yeah,
have
it's
a
a mouse.
mouse?
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
real mice, or it's like no, that's a mouse. No, that's a Pikachu.
Yeah.
Like what's the cow Pokemon? Shit.
What, fucking Miltank?
Yeah,
Miltank,
Miltank is like
yeah.
the cow Pokemon. It's like you have normal cows
Cow?
too.
No, we just call Miltanks cows sometimes.
I assume they have to have normal
Well,
animals.
you know, we have like the Miltanks that we get milk from. We call those ones cows. Then we have the Miltanks that just fucking spam roll out on your ass.
Yeah, no,
And then we have the milk tanks we get the meat from, and you don't see those.
Dude, don't eat the cows from fucking Japan. They're weird as hell.
No, because classifying them as mouse and cow, right? That still makes sense because we don't just say, or we don't just
But-
call a cow, right?
True.
They all have their own different
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of. Well, right.
Jeff,
They don't. They
They're
still
both-
have their.
yeah.
own.
We call them
could you
Octorus
describe the
Utterus.
cow without first knowing what a cow was? If we killed every
But
cow,
cow is still just a generalization. We're still.
yes, it's seriously
Scientific
of a
name.
cow.
generalization over a type of,
So
over a type of animal.
So at that point,
the
Jeffrey,
scientific name
there
for
should
this
be
species
multiple
is
cows.
So the scientific name is
And
this
there
is
is
a mouse.
it's
Scientifically
Taurus and
speaking.
Miltank.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
There's
Yeah.
only, like,
it's just
two.
like instead of calling it like the bovinus, whatever, it's like it's scientific name is cow.
Yeah.
The cow.
Its species is Miltank. Scientifically, it's cow.
Cow.
Like, yeah, that
Of
works.
Kingdom Pokemon.
Yeah, a lot of ghost type Pokemon are just like
They're
it was once a human and possessed a ball
And
now it's
died, and now you can catch it.
Well,
and now you
for-
can control it.
Fuck, I don't remember what the fucking name is, but the mask Pokemon, the ghost mask Pokemon.
Yamask?
definitely is. Yeah, Yamask is a
Ninjask.
ninja.
Ninjask.
Yeah, that's a guy.
That's just a
Pokemon.
dragonfly.
Ninjask is like this Pokemon that has a mask, and he's a ninja, and he's bugged.
Yeah.
And when you evolve him, if you have a spot in your party, you can get a Sheninja,
Yeah.
and it's like a ghost.
Yeah,
It's
only
the
has
dead
one
skin.
You
HP
get
and the highest evasion in the game.
your
Yeah,
dead
it's
father
fucking
possessed
stupid.
the molted carcass of your Sheninja, and now it moves
Yeah, because
around
it's supposed to
on
be a
its own.
cicada, but
Mhm.
yeah.
Pokemon's weird,
Pokemon's fucking
fun,
weird.
though.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
That's facts. That's.
but you know what?
That's
What
big
the fuck are they eating in Kanto?
Pokemon.
I see them with like
Slowpoke.
drums and shit.
Slowpoke tails.
Oh shit, I forgot about that. Like I thought like everyone just decided they're obviously
And
vegetarian.
Farfetch'd.
Yeah, no.
No,
Nope.
they eat
They have-
Pokemon.
I'm a fisherman for a living. Oh, like you breed Magikarp? No, I fucking eat them.
Yeah, you.
It's like, oh shit, a Gyarados looks like I'm eating Wells 9.
Maybe not Magikarp, because I think Magikarp has like super hard skin, but
Yes, Magikarp technically has like, you can
Yeah.
basically take a Magikarp and just use them as
maybe a
club.
Goldeen. That'd be
That's how
fun
you
to
leveled
eat.
it up.
No, we catch the Magikarps, then we train them to Gyarados so that we can penetrate the skin and eat them.
That's if you could catch them. They
Yeah,
fly,
you
off
fly
into the
away.
distance.
You're in the middle of like descaling it, and it flies off, and just blood is
It's like,
everywhere.
no. Oh,
Jesus.
that's what we're
Get the electric types. It's 4 times super effective.
No, then a ghost comes along, possesses the blood. It's like, oh yeah, blah blah blah, the blood type Pokemon.
That's why you can't
That's where Red Gyarados
catch
comes
fainted
from.
Pokemon, because it's like, okay, cool. There are rules. It's like you can't eat a living Pokemon, but if it knocks out, that's
Yeah.
just meat.
True.
Oh, so the part between when like the battle ends and you go back to the world, it's just your Pokemon just devouring the other
Someone
Pokemon.
like grabs that shit.
I just realized because Brock is a chef, right? So that means throughout the entire first season of Pokemon, because they
eating-
only had fresh ingredients.
No, dude, all he does is make jelly donuts.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, all he
There
does is
was-
he makes stew sometimes.
He's also made sandwiches. He's made a lot of different foods, and I remember specifically in the episode where
He used
them
the
and Team
frying pan,
Rocket
the
were
drying pan.
adventuring together, or at least it was both Ash and Brock that were stuck with James and Meowth, and then it was yes.
Yeah, because wasn't it like a guy's
And
thing?
then
girl's thing?
it was Misty and Jesse, right? And Misty had a sandwich out, and it had meat in it. It looked like a ham sandwich with like some vegetables or whatever.
course.
And Jesse was like, "What? You get to eat stuff like that every day?" And then she only eats like chips. And that's
Because
it.
there's no Pokemon in
Yeah,
them.
see, the real question
No,
was,
because they don't have money.
the real
Oh,
question
okay.
is, was those actually a sandwich and a bag of chips, or was that the censorship board again? Or they're like, we
It
can't
wasn't.
show
Yeah.
rice balls, so we're just gonna Photoshop.
You can
No
show
sushi.
a
We're
rice
gonna
ball.
Photoshop.
Wait, you just call it a jellyfish donut. I mean, a jelly-filled
I think there's
donut.
another season where they replaced a rice ball with just like a Photoshop of a
sandwich.
sandwich.
Why?
Because it's the weird censorship.
The
one.
localized.
Wait, is that actually censorship, or are they just like,
No, yeah,
man,
the
American
localized
kids are too stupid to know what this rice
Yeah,
ball is?
It has to be that.
Hey, when I
It's
watched
like the
Dragon Ball as a
localization.
kid, I was like, what the fuck is Goku eating and where can I find it? Because
Yeah.
it's just like rice
Oh,
balls
dude.
and shit.
Those were jelly-filled donuts.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
you're
Johnny
right,
Donuts
you're
according
right.
to Brock. Let me hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
So would that mean like a Ditto would be the jelly in the jelly donut?
No, Ditto can be anything. He's tofu.
Ditto's gross.
I now want a cooking Pokemon game where you just
Actually, I
go out
have
and
caught a
just like
shiny. I've caught a shiny
Cookie
Ditto.
Mon? Yes.
That's the only one I've actually caught. The other ones I bred.
Yeah, see, look. Shit.
man, you guys catching
And
like
there's even
catching
some
shiny
Pokemon that
Pokemon or breeding them or having them.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a
That's
rice
time
ball
to
falling
burrow.
down the mountain, and they replaced it with just a giant sandwich.
Why?
Jesus.
So it relates to
Reliability.
the kids.
Yeah, so you can't be like,
Oh, that's food.
I
And they
don't
see a
really-
rice ball, they'd be like, "What's that? That's icky."
It's like I don't know.
Gross.
I
Asians.
I'm immediately lost all sense of immersion. I don't know what food this is. Please put a peanut butter jelly sandwich. Yeah, it's just like a weird localization practice that they have, especially with 4 kids.
It really is just to make sure that the kids can relate to the characters. Because they can't. No white kid's gonna eat fucking rice balls. They'll eat a jelly-filled donut though.
Yeah, no kids are
They'll eat
gonna
a
actually smoke
fucking
cigarettes.
footlong.
No kids are gonna smoke cigarettes, but oh boy, they're gonna do a lot of lollipops. Sanji always has a lollipop.
He always has a lollipop.
Is that what they turned the cigarettes
Yeah, yeah. Oh no, okay, that one was actually censorship. That was censorship.
Yeah,
Wait,
I
I've seen
know.
Sanji smoke. Where are y'all watching where he has lollipops?
in the
In any American
In
version.
the
Oh,
four-
I've been
Four
watching
kids
on
version of it.
Crunchyroll,
Yeah,
so
no,
I'm watching
in
Japanese.
the 4
Yeah.
kids dub of One
Good.
Piece.
So
with
he
the-
just goes like this all the time?
Yep. He always, no, he still holds it like a cigarette.
He still holds like a cigarette.
But
It's
like
a
the
lollipop.
lollipop, like the burnt end of the cigarette is just the lollipop end. So he still holds it like a cigarette. But he's like, "Yes, here you go, Luffy. Do you want this lollipop?"
I think it's I think the
Do
explanation
you
as
want
to
a
why
hit of
it's
this
burning.
lollipop?
It's because he's licking it so fast.
No, I don't think it is burning. I think when
Yeah,
it's the
yeah.
lollipop, it's just a lollipop.
Yeah.
So wait, is the lollipop in like out or is it in his mouth?
No, he is actually eating the lollipop.
Oh, okay.
It's not something stupid where like he's just eating the steak of the lollipop.
Yeah, that's what I was imagining. I was like, why?
I was imagining too. I was very confused. I was like, damn, they really did him wrong.
There's probably a version of One Piece out there where they initially looked at that and they're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, but
Like, now hold up.
I looked up Sanji 4 Kids, and the first one's actually like of him holding like the lollipop, like, but the stick still looks like a cigarette. They just have a
Yeah.
lollipop
Weird.
there. But there's another picture where he has a pack of Marlboro Reds, but instead of the cigarette, it's a lollipop sticking out of the Marlboro Reds, and it looks really funny.
I guess they
Oh
went
my
dark.
God.
That's the dub or the censorship of him just holding it, but like. Oh no, it's actually I guess the cigarettes from, but they put a lollipop sticking out. I hope that's real.
My favorite
That's real,
censorship
that
I've
was
ever
censored.
seen was the 4Kids Yu-Gi-Oh scene with Kaiba where he's being chased with men with guns. Because in the 4Kids versions, they're going like this with their hands. They say, "Stop right there!"
Is that when Kyber throws the card and it blocks the hammer for the gun?
Yeah, but they don't even have that in the American version. That's just not there.
That's just the coolest part of Yu-Gi-Oh ever.
What if that was accidentally his blue eyes?
Kyber just throws a card at the end and he dies.
He can get another blue eyes. He can't get
No,
another
you
light.
can't. Canonically, there's only 3.
My
No, canonically,
favorite
there's 4.
theme of
Kyber
those
ripped once, so
ridiculous,
there's only 3
like,
left.
my favorite ridiculous
So no
trope
one
is that
uses
if you want to
it.
be in the best of the world,
Why would
you
you
also
just
have to
print
be
a
the
new
best
one?
hacker in the world. You know what I'm talking about?
Uh-huh.
Because they'll be like, oh yeah, Batman is like the best fighter. But to be the best fighter, you gotta also be the world's best detective and the world's best hacker. They do that shit with Kaiba. And he's like, if you want to be a real like Yu-Gi-Oh champion, you gotta be able to get into the FBI's database. It's like, bro, what? That's a whole ass degree. That's like an 8-year study. What are you talking about? You're doing this shit for Yu-Gi-Oh?
You know, if you're
I mean, they do all sorts of shit. It's like I remember seeing one scene where like they were just like chained up, and there's just like saw blade that slowly comes closer to them. It's like,
Yeah.
is this still a children's show?
That's gonna send you to
that
the
wasn't
Shadow
a saw
Realm.
blade. That was a specifically engineered that if it touched you, it would send your soul to the Shadow Realm. It was not.
That's what it was in 4
It just
Kids.
looked like a saw blade. But yeah, there's a lot of 4 Kids censorship like that where it's like, no, that's a saw blade. And it's like, no, it's a spirit
It's a
blade.
disc.
It's a spirit disc that looks like a saw blade, and it's like, we're on top of this 20-story building. If either one of us like lose all of our life points, the floor beneath you will blow up and send you straight to the Shadow Realm.
Yeah. I'll make you hit the pavement, which will send you to the Shadow
Oh yes, I'm just gonna mind crush you and send you to the shadow.
Yeah. I beat you in a children's card game, become retarded. That is insane that they did that in Yu-Gi-Oh!
My brother.
I love the original
My
Yu-Gi-Oh,
brother
bro.
gave me the season 0 to Yu-Gi-Oh, and I haven't watched it yet. But I'm so excited just to see Yu-Gi like, let's throw dice in the alley. You lost, become retarded.
Yeah.
I am the king of games. That's fucking great.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I remember getting that the Yu-Gi-Oh manga, like the first like 2 chapters, and I was like, "What the fuck? They're not even playing Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
They're playing some weird like, hey, look, here's a stack of money. You stab into it with this real knife, and you keep whatever money you stab, but don't stab your hand."
Before it used to just be just straight up gambling games, and that's
Well,
why-
so what you gotta know though is the manga is Yu-Gi-Oh, and that translates to King of Games. So it was never about a card game until they made it about a card game.
Yeah, they had
Yeah.
one because it was supposed to be every single manga was like a different game or like issue or whatever, and then they made like a Magic the Gathering spoof.
Yeah, and then they just
people in
started
Japan were
that.
like, "We want it."
Yeah.
Can we make
Do
this
more of
into a real
this.
thing?
It's like, can we actually play that?
It's like, that looks fun. That looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And
I mean, not the dying part, but
yeah, I like this game.
Can I not become retarded after losing? Because if so, I play the shit out of that.
oh, don't worry. As soon as you start playing, you're already retarded.
Yeah.
How much did you spend on that? Did you get mind crushed as a kid? Jesus.
It's just like people that like actually play Magic. Like I've seen some of them are just like, you know, this card's like worth like $10,000. I'm like, why
Dude,
do you have it?
Yeah.
Your
Why
deck
haven't
would
you
be so
sold
much
that?
better if you bought these $7 $50 cards.
Yeah.
Your deck would be so much better if you sold all that shit and just got.
Dude, just refinance your house. It's not a big deal.
I think virtual card games are kind of solving that issue, but you still end up hitting paywalls, you know?
Well, yeah, pay more money to get more,
Chances at opening.
more chances.
Yeah, they make it now though to where you can like craft cards in most of them.
Yeah, which is
Massive
nice.
I think,
Good,
craft
but
cards.
yeah, I'm never gonna drop a huge amount of money on a card. I'm gonna craft that shit these days.
Like, alright, I just gotta
card
fight
game.
like three. I have to like, this deck sucks without this one card, so I'm about to lose 300 games of Yu-Gi-Oh
Yeah.
to get enough experience to craft that card.
Exactly.
Oh, what, they banned that card? Fuck.
Yeah.
That's the other problem with Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, does
The
Yu-Gi-Oh
rotating
have
ban
the
list.
most expansive ban list, or is there another game that has a
I
slightly
think it's
bigger?
Well, with Yu-Gi-Oh's
Well-
ban list, it just updates every year because they want to
I think it's
switch up
every
the meta
quarter.
or whatever, or every quarter.
Something
Yeah.
like that, yeah. It's a little bit more, but yeah, they have. It's pretty expensive because every card is legal. Like every set, as long as
Yeah.
it hasn't been banned, like you can still play it.
Mhm.
And so every now and again, when they like do a new mechanic, it's like, oh hey, you know that card that was like really shitty 12 years ago?
All of a
Because
sudden
of this
it's great.
specific mechanic,
Mm.
now everyone runs 12 of them.
Yeah.
3 of them.
Jeez.
Because it's like there was one card that you could special summon it, but you gave your opponent like a bunch of tokens. Oh no, you special summon it to your opponent's side, and then you got like 2 tokens.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
like 12 years ago, I was like,
Why would
why
I
would
want
anyone
that?
do that? I give this guy like a 3,000 like
Yeah.
attack monster, and I get nothing. But now it's like, no, you can use those tokens to like summon other monsters now, and it's like, oh, okay, so this 12-year-old card like
It's
is
actually
way
really
better.
good now.
And a lot of the like really old cards don't have specific wording, and it's like, okay, because that card that came out in the first set doesn't say target. It gets
That's so
it
fucked.
bypasses
Yeah.
so many different effects that like this card cannot be targeted. It's like, ha, well this card, because it came out 12 years ago, it
Doesn't actually
say
target anything.
target you. It just
Yeah.
says destroy the monster.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of
That's
stuff
big
like
dog.
that. But yeah, so it probably has the most expansive ban list because it doesn't have like all right, we're rotating the set. You can't play any of these cards from here on back.
They also apparently just always have broken cards. Like
Yeah.
I forget there was one where
Power
it's just
creep is really bad.
yeah I forget there was one where it's just like
And they don't
yeah
fix
you,
it.
you basically like play you like spend like 10 life points then you can draw like 5 cards and so yeah we had to ban it.
Yeah. and-
There was also a lot of busted combinations when the game first came out. Like, there's this guy called Magical Scientist that lets you spend life points and summon fusion monsters for one turn. They can't attack, and then they go away. So you think, oh, that's not that good. But then you have Catapult Turtle, where you can sacrifice a monster and deal its life points to the opponent. So you just have both of them. Summon all your fusion monsters, sacrifice them all, and you just did 8,000 damage in one turn.
Nice.
Yeah.
Basically hit him with the, I'm gonna win real quick.
Yeah, you don't even like use them. You just take them from
Yeah,
the deck and
that's
put them
like-
there and then put them back.
That's the like
Jesus.
advantage and disadvantage of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is because you don't have any resources. So if you can play your whole
Yeah,
deck,
you can
like,
combo
you can't
into.
play your
Yeah, you
whole
can just
deck.
go look at them.
It's not like
I think
Magic
that's
where it's
stupid.
like
Yeah.
Magic where it's like, well, I drew 30 land, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the funniest one I've seen, I saw one where the guy's whole thing is he plays an entire deck in one turn. He
Yeah.
lost. It was a deck made to lose, but it would be like the guy would play and it's like, oh, what are you gonna do? And he just combo, and deck out.
Stands up and
Thanks for beating me.
Listen,
Reverse
I
mill.
went to a tournament one time and the
I
guy
had a deck that happened to me. I remember a lot.
Oh,
I
gosh.
mill myself a whole bunch, and it's like, well, if I get the 2 things I'm looking for, I win. And if I
Yeah.
don't, well, then I lose.
I remember
Oh,
Steven
gosh.
played a deck like that one time where it was like, look, I like this really strong monster, but my entire strategy is get that monster to the graveyard and then like bring it back and then summon it from the graveyard. And it was like that.
It was
dumb.
it was more just like I was like, hey Mason, look at this deck that I made. I fucked around with it because it was on on the online one, right?
Mhm.
So like
Oh,
all
yeah,
these
yeah.
cards get put into the little whatever for you to make more cards, and I was like. So the game gave me all these cards, and look at this stupid shit that I can do. And so we played, and it was like a 50-50 like toss-up. It was like, oh look, everything worked, and I won. Or it's like, oh look, everything worked, and I milled myself to death.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's how combos deck work normally.
That just sounds like an
Any
Exodia
game.
deck there. Just quick, go,
That's how- There's a
go.
lot of Exodia decks like that where it's just like, okay, I have 12 different cards from like 4 different like decks. So it's like I have these like 12 cards from a Blue Eyes deck. These 12 cards from like this other deck. I have these cards from this other deck. And it's like, okay, draw, just until you get Exodia.
Yeah.
I saw.
It's like, all right, I'm gonna summon this now. I sacrifice him so I can draw 2 cards. And I do this, and then I play this. Now I can draw 2 more cards.
And then I'll use this card unless we discard these cards, and let me draw 2 cards. And it was
Quick
like,
question: do we want to order any food or anything?
Sure.
I can't pay for it if we do.
You
I
hungry?
can next week though.
I'm
Okay.
hungry also.
Yeah.
Me too.
Okay, we can order something.
What do we want to order?
Want to just get pizza?
Pizza's fine.
Is pizza?
Jelly.
You want to do like
Just
Domino's
die.
or something or what?
Yeah.
You want to do
Jeffrey, are you cool
Domino's?
with dying?
Sounds good. I enjoyed
Oh,
it.
you didn't bring the
Jeff?
things?
Yeah.
have-
Cash.
Oh wait, that's a good.
I mean, if not, we can order it off of something else. What do you guys want?
Have.
Just tell me what you guys want.
Anything goes for me. I mean, I'm not gonna be
Well,
picky if I
read
can't.
what-
If I eat something, I'm not gonna explode. So I'll let you guys decide.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I was
Let's
gonna
let
say,
them
I was gonna say we should let
Probably
Reed
not
decide
cheese.
because they never bring Reed whatever.
Yeah, it won't matter anyways.
Reed, choose.
Yeah, Reed, you choose.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right,
5
so
seconds. Reed woke up today. He didn't realize he was gonna be hit with that shit.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, Reed,
It's
what
so
do you
true.
not want to eat?
Okay,
There.
I
Reed,
don't
get
want
your
to
hopes
eat
up so we can destroy
a
them.
5-star restaurant's prime rib cut.
You're not gonna get that anyway.
I'm not gonna get it anyways.
Even if we ordered it,
You're
we're
right.
not gonna-
We're gonna get a 2-star ribs.
Yeah, the best we can do is Chili's.
I wouldn't mind Chili's. That's pretty good.
Gosh,
Do you guys
it's
want-
expensive.
Chinese or pizza or
Chinese would be good.
Chinese is good because
Chinese
there's
pizza.
less cheese in there.
It's Chinese.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Chinese
can I
pizza?
get-
Yo,
can
let
we
me get
That
it.
works.
pizza, but instead of the regular toppings, just put noodles.
Please put some sesame chicken on there. Let's say,
There we
give me
go.
some soy sauce to dip that
Challenge.
shit in too.
Can I get a pizza, but instead of the dough, can you boil some noodles and then instead of the toppings, can you put in?
Well, I know that.
Oh, a stuffed crust, but instead of cheese in the crust,
Yeah.
just a big old noodle.
Just use the dough to make noodles.
I hate that.
Just
I
like,
don't want
It's a
that.
very, very thick noodle.
I'd like to order some udon, but I brought my own dough. It's from Pizza Hut.
They sold it to me for like $5.
Does Pizza Hut sell you their dough?
I don't think they do.
It's just like
No, you don't get it from Pizza. You get it from the guy at Pizza Hut. He's the one who sells
You're
it.
right, you're
If
right.
you buy a pizza,
You know,
you get it.
I bet if you go to the right Domino's, right time, you just be like, hey, I know you're gonna throw that dough out anyways. Can I just have just one piece of
Is-
the
Yeah.
Order
Do
a
you want
pizza from-
Panda, or is there a different place that y'all get?
Is there a Chinese place that you get that's around here that you
I'll
like?
remember
Is it
Panda being
garbage?
good
Is there
around
a
here.
Chinese place?
Panda it is.
Panda it
Panda's
is.
a
No,
great
we don't.
place.
It's like you're gonna go to Domino's and it's like, all right, look, I ordered this pizza from Domino's. Specialty instructions: do not cook it.
Don't cook it. Don't lay it out. Don't put anything on top of it.
I want
Put all the
fucking dough.
shit. Just put all the shit
in
in
the
the
box.
Domino's box and drive it to my house.
I'll make it myself.
I'll make it my goddamn self.
God.
That's fucking crazy. I'm gonna order that.
Okay.
There's a fucking meme and it's like the guy just got like drinks from Domino's and the pizza tracker said like your order is in the oven and he's like it better fucking not be.
Oh, thank you.
Just pissed. Just like,
Put really
I fucking hate that you
do
put it in the
not
oven.
cook the pizza.
Do not cook this pizza, please. Thank you.
Jesus.
I will say there was actually.
I want it to feel like a big Lunchable.
I told my girlfriend I could cook Domino's level pizza. Just send me all the ingredients, please.
Or be like, only cook the dough, put everything on afterwards.
Dude, okay, I've seen that one. That shit's cursed.
Yeah.
Someone ordered that shit, and I guess back when Reed and I worked at Domino's, the website was fucked up, and so like basically like it would give you like a screen or some shit. It'd be like, you want it extra cheesy, right? And
Yeah.
that screen was like part of like the screen where like you choose if you want cheese on there or not. And so people were hitting no and just not putting cheese on their order. And so we were getting all the orders where it was like, so you tell me they want dough, sauce,
Yes.
Topping.
pepperoni.
No cheese.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. It's gonna be a burnt ass bitch when it comes out.
No. The worst one
And so
was
we put that shit in there.
when
You
people
go to
didn't
the
actually
delivery.
want cheese. When the people were like, no, I really don't want cheese on this shit.
You gotta put that in
because
specialty instructions.
We got
Don't get
so many
pizza.
complaints, right? We got so many complaints because the website was fucking up then we started just putting cheese on those ones. And then people were like, no, we didn't actually want the cheese. And we're like, we can never win.
What was the
Why the fuck did you cook my cheese?
what was the mean pizza during that time? It was like
The Travis Scott.
The none left beef.
Yeah, none left beef.
None left beef.
None left beef.
No pizza left beef.
Did
yeah.
anyone order that?
I don't think so.
No pizza left beef.
Yeah, none pizza with left beef.
Alright, so quick game-related question.
Yeah.
What is y'all's attack now, y'all level 9?
18?
Still the same.
Well, so I'm a spellcaster, so
It's gone up by at least one.
Yeah, because
Why?
your proficiency.
Yeah.
Your
goes up.
proficiency goes up.
It's 18. I think.
Your proficiency is whatever it is.
well, my
plus your
proficiency
level.
is only 13.
Oh,
so
shit,
did I
yeah,
calculate
you're
it
right.
wrong?
Forget.
Are you trained or are you higher than that?
I am
Everything else
expert.
is.
Oh, he's all in.
Expert is 4 plus 9.
So 13. Yeah, so that's the thing about my attack. As a spellcaster, I don't get a bump in that until way
Yeah,
late.
no. I
Yeah,
know.
so my attack's
This is
only
more directed
17.
towards the melee type individuals.
Gotcha.
So yes, only
Oh, my
18.
attack's 18.
Only 18.
So y'all are all at 18s.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool, it's technically possible.
Did I? How? How are y'all only at 18? Why are you not at 19?
So
Are we
I
still
did
fighting those
not-
damn vampires?
No, I see, 'cause you get plus
so,
1.
Okay, so let me give you like, because I don't think you were here for like the last 2 sessions, right?
That's 2 or 3 sessions,
Yeah. So essentially, what happened is they still have like 3 vampires left or something like that.
Okay, we've been killing them.
They have like 3 left, including like the main one, right? And this guy came from Land's End, and he introduced himself as Captain Fall.
Yeah.
And he gave back the money that they had sent to Land's End and said that he only had like a week to be here and that he was going to help out. And basically, he like pulled the group together and he was like, okay, we need to do this, so we need supplies. And they were like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that'd be pretty smart. He's like, all right, so let's get the supplies. Okay, now that we have the supplies, we need to leave at this time so that we arrive there in the day. He was like, I'm only good at doing one thing, and it's picking motherfuckers up and yeeting them around.
True.
Because that's how he got his nickname. He picks people up that get on the wall and he throws them off the wall.
That's
So,
okay.
so when
I
they,
also
so then they went to the first, or they went to the
Me
next one,
first.
right?
Oh, you do?
They found this like underground
No,
passageway between all
Teresa's
the different
going
outposts.
first.
So
There's
they
2 bathrooms.
took that to the
You get
first
a
outpost
Good point.
that they still didn't kill the person on.
I'll just.
And the game
this
plan was
dog
to
and just
grab the guy and throw him outside the door, right? That way he burned to death.
Okay.
That was the
They
plan.
did not follow the plan. Very simple plan, they did not follow it. Captain Fall was very upset about that. You let them know it. The halfling got thrown around a little bit.
Real
Because he
quick.
did not follow the plan, yes.
I'm not that big of a fan of Panda Express, but is their chow mein okay-ish?
It's okay.
Because I don't
it's
like
like
the
if
rice.
It,
You, then you should just
If you don't like the rice,
I have
then chow
not
mein's-
found
Chow mein my bitter.
I haven't had chow mein at like a good like Chinese restaurant, so I
Yeah,
don't know what
me
to tell you.
either.
You know?
That's what I'm saying.
If you want something that
But
can't
if
fuck
it's
up,
sweeter
white
than
rice is
just the
fine.
rice, then
It is
might as
it
well.
is sweeter.
yeah, I might as well.
I think
get
it's
that.
sweeter. I like it, but I don't know. I
It's
kind
not
of
your-
go back and forth. Like if I get Panda, say once a month or something, right? I like to kind of alternate between fried rice and that. It's kind of whatever mood I'm in at today.
Ooh.
No one can fuck up white
But-
rice. I've tried it.
So
This name
Yeah,
sounds.
that's not true. I
So what
fucked
they
about
did-
plenty.
This name sounds
So what they
appetizing, but I don't
did, right? They had this whole
good.
plan, right? Captain Fall was gonna run up, grab the vampire, gonna throw him off the balcony, right?
As you do, yes.
The halfling was gonna open up the door. Captain Fall was gonna jump off the balcony, pick the vampire back up, throw him out in the sunlight, and they're gonna close the door and laugh. What instead
I'm
happened
trying to
is Captain Fall grabbed the
Yeah, they hate
vampire,
the ice.
threw the
Hate the
vampire
twice.
off the
Yeah.
balcony, right? He splattered into the
It's
wall,
weird. I don't
fell
know.
down.
Mhm.
People proceeded to shoot him and stab him until he turned into mist. Captain Fall's pissed.
Okay.
Why did y'all do that? Did you
Yeah,
forget?
we'll just get a couple cheap shots in. And
then you fucking
every
turned to
cheap
miss?
shot we did was like crit, crit, crit. We
It wasn't even
did like
crits.
4 times.
It wasn't even crits. It was just that you guys deal full damage because you'll have silvered weapons.
Yeah.
And these guys are like CR4s.
Yeah, we had no idea what the CR was. We were just like,
Nice.
all right, look.
Yeah, you
the
guys were
sunlight's not gonna be
you guys
that
were like,
easy.
oh, I'm gonna hit him for 30, and I was like, and he's out half health. You know.
Well, it's not like we didn't know, but our characters wouldn't have.
I didn't know
We're
either.
just going all out.
Yeah, I was just like, look,
all I'm
look,
saying is the plan that Captain Fall discussed, the plan you guys had agreed
You
to
have
was
to hit
we are
the
not going to
guys,
hit him. We are just
Yeah,
going to
but
throw him
that doesn't make
outside and
sense.
hold him in the sunlight, right? And you guys were all like,
It's 'cause you
yes.
can do half and
And then the
half,
moment
and
combat
nobody
started, I
actually
don't give a
knows
shit
what
out of
happens.
As you
I
do.
didn't know that.
So
Yeah, so then he
Jeffrey's
gets
character
mad,
was the one that
and
finished
then-
him
Yeah,
off.
so if you
and so
ordered
he
one
threw
chow mein,
Jeffrey's
one fried
character,
rice,
the
get
throws do
one of
damage,
each.
right? So he like yeets Jeffrey's
half
character
of
like
that.
30 fucking feet out the door, and he's like, "That's what we were supposed to do to him."
Not like 30 feet, exactly
Yeah,
30
exactly.
feet. And I landed on my
31,
feet.
not 29.
I landed on my feet at least.
And so then they
No
killed
more?
that one, and then they I don't
Okay,
think
no.
that session you guys finished off the fourth one. I think you guys went back and like retired.
No, we did. It was
Oh,
all.
y'all did?
It was a boss rush.
Y'all did go into the fourth one. So the fourth
I
one.
think so.
No, no, it
Which
wasn't.
was the
Because
fourth?
after that,
Yeah,
we
'cause
went back.
The fourth one
and
was
then
a little
we-
bit different.
we-
Yeah,
we
y'all went to
explored all the
area.
tunnels.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
went to Mason
So
and
they
then went to the.
They then went to the
fleshy
fourth one's
place.
area, and there was like flesh going on the walls
That's
and
right.
shit, and they were like,
We'll wait for
come
Reed.
back later.
He's like, we'll wait for Reed. And then he didn't show to that session. We were like,
Yeah.
fuck it, we'll just beat it up.
Go on there either.
Oh yeah, because work said go fuck yourself.
What?
Did everybody put in their order?
Think so.
I did.
Pretty
Yeah.
sure, yeah.
So 1, 2, 3 bowls, 2 plates, and a bigger plate.
I'm the plate.
I'm a bull.
Okay.
No, you're Teresa.
You get a bowl or a
Yeah,
plate?
I got a bowl.
Okay. Bigger plate,
Yeah, I guess you. Yeah.
and then Jeffrey bowl. Okay.
Yeah, I saw him do bowl.
Okay. Place order. What is a reasonable tip?
How much
You
is it?
should just do the middle one or the.
$88.
What did it split for the tip for the presets?
Payment exceeded. What the fuck? I didn't even get to choose where the tip was.
Then you probably just tipped them the default, which I think is the minimum.
I might have cash if you want to give him
If it was $88, it was probably a good enough tip.
Like a
New
$12
receipt.
tip.
Let's see what it says on it.
How much cash do you have, Teresa? $3.
Oh yeah, it was an $8.50 tip.
No,
I
it's
didn't,
a 10%.
I didn't,
Not bad.
I didn't see that shit pop up anywhere.
Like 10%.
Yeah. Okay. Shit, it says it should be here in half an hour, but I guess that depends on if the dasher picks it up or not.
Yeah.
Depends if they
8
want
is a good tip, so
But
I feel like
so they went to that area and they're like, okay, shit, let's wait for more people, right? So they went back. Next session, Mason was here, so then they went over there to fight the preacher. The preacher had been corrupted a lot more than the other ones by the chalice or whatever, right? By the blood. And so it had turned into like a different kind of vampire. It's a lot more like primal, couldn't really talk. Like whenever it did talk, it asked them to kill it, right? Oh, I forgot to say that third vampire that they
Is he
fought, the
doing
one
like
where they
this?
just beat him outside. He was an accountant.
Here's what?
He was an accountant. That was like their accountant.
Whoa, why did Jeffrey turn into a tree?
All the vampires ran away from him, and like the main guy, like the whole time they're fighting, he was like, "Why are you doing this to me?
Yeah,
What
he
have
was
I
super
ever done to
polite.
you?"
Remember
You
when
know,
he walked like
like-
this and he kicked out?
They murdered him.
So you're saying that his courtly rank was he was the accountant.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
And if
Yeah,
they had thrown shit,
Joel didn't realize that it
if
was
they had
50
thrown
bucks.
shit out, he would have had counted. They did, and he passed the check to not be forced count. He was like, 1, 2, 3, no!
Oh, he was a counter.
We'll do it again.
So they
Everyone knew except for Lowell.
They killed
Yeah.
that fourth one, right? And they went to go fight the main one, right? And so they like scouted out the tunnel and they walked up to fight the main
Oh
big
wow.
guy.
Didn't really
He
start
had like
that
2
game.
guards with him, and he's sitting like his like big
We
old like
have
shield
a
on him,
lot
right?
of shoes.
And
Everybody's
so,
just really into the ugly.
They started fighting him, right?
Yeah.
And he was throwing like fireballs and shit at him, whatnot, right? Combat was going on. They killed the 2 little minion guards that were with him. And then they got this guy called Blue, right? And I think at some point Mason had cast invisibility on
I
him.
figured that was a Gundam
And,
check. Nice.
and
I
the
just
fucking
didn't know
Mason
Mason
was invisible.
yeah, Mason
like,
cast
the very
invisibility like,
beginning.
on himself or some shit.
Yeah.
So the boss was like, that's a good idea. So he cast it on himself since he heals every turn.
The good guy called his
And then he went and hid.
Yeah.
And then they spent like turn after turn trying to like find this man, right? And this man had literally taken like
I
3
blocked
steps to
off
the
half
left.
the doors
Hey,
by myself,
what?
though.
Did you want me
They
to
were
take
trying
that
to
from
like,
you?
run away through like
Here,
one of these doors.
give
right?
me it.
He wasn't. He just like walked like 3 steps to the left and was hiding behind a pillar.
Yeah.
And so they start like
And a
exploring
wall that
around
I
and
created.
shit. Yeah, and a wall you created. So they start like exploring around and shit, right? Well, they find this secret door back behind like the throne, like, and they open it up,
So I'm
right?
empty now.
And they walk in and this room, it's like a circular room. It's got like 2 sets of pillars, right? So there's like an outer set and like an inner set.
I should have asked
And
for
around the inner set there was
chopsticks.
this like pit, right? It was like filled with
We'll
blood.
just find some
Like
sticks
a lake,
outside.
right? Or like a pond.
I'll just
And
use
sitting
my
in the
second
middle, like a
pencil.
pedestal, is the chalice. There's
I
like
used to
this
do
like
that.
stream of
Oh
water
my
coming from that
Not
blood
for
running
food.
into it.
I just use them as
Which they get
chopsticks
on
to
the
pick up like
chalice
my
that
eraser or something.
draining
What
blood
are
out
you
of it.
running
So water
around
hits it,
for,
and
huh?
blood goes out.
He's doing a honk
And so they walk in. I want to say it was Christian
Yeah,
that
like
walked
that.
in first. It was Lowell,
It's not working
and then it
though.
was Ferric that walked in after him. And like as they walk in, they hear like, "You guys aren't supposed to be here. You should leave." And they're like, "Nah, bitch, we ain't going nowhere."
They all
no,
do
so-
characters?
I tried leaving.
yeah. And so it's basically
I held my
they
own.
did not want to leave, and so they essentially initiated combat against the second boss.
Yes.
So they were fighting 2 bosses at once at this point. And so this boss tried to destroy Christian, Did not crit him, so did not destroy him, but hit him for a good amount, right?
Aww.
It's fine. He's good.
He was looking at you when I was holding it up, and he's just like, "Are you really? He's not gonna give it to him."
He's gonna do it again. No, he's stupid. He'll do it. He has no self-control. But then someone slightly squishier walks in, aka Ferric, right? And this motherfucker just goes invisible again, and fucking walks up to him and just fucking spits him on his scythe, and just one hit KO'd him. And then flipped him off of its scythe afterwards and was like, "You're next."
Why is it whenever I try to do something good, I was trying to save him, and
I
I
was trying to
died.
hurt him.
He was. It was because the whole
the
thing.
biggest brain plant
The whole
ever.
thing.
Jeff, we're rogues. We're not
So what-
supposed to do good things.
Yes, but I'm supposed to be a good man. That's why I'm trying to
what
break
she
a
told him was
stereotype.
that She said,
wait, come this way.
she said, do not take the chalice. Like, don't go after the chalice. Leave it there and leave. And they're like, we're gonna take the chalice. And that's what she was like. Okay, I'm gonna fuck you up, right? And so at this point, right, Ferric's down. Lowell is still at like, I think you're at like half health or something. Like you were okay.
I don't think
For a
I
little
got
bit.
knocked out. I don't remember if I got knocked out. I don't think I
No.
got
You didn't get knocked out, but you got low because of the vampire
I know
fight
I
too.
did.
And about at this
I think you
point
picked me up by
is when like the rest of the group was like, well, fuck it, right? Like we don't know this vampire, so I guess we're gonna like go into here, right? And so they told Captain Fall to like go after where like the vampires like Mist had gone, right? From like the first two vampires that were like the bodyguards. And so they start to make their way towards the door, and as they do, the vampire uninvisibles, and he's like, "Stay out of that room!" And he like fireballs them, right?
Yeah.
And so two of them are like outside of the room, fucking like fighting this vampire. The other two are like, "Oh Jesus Christ! Ferric just got obliterated! Get him out of here!" And so they're trying to get
I think
Ferric
I
out of
cast
there.
magic missile 3 times on the vampire actually.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
It was like his main damage source. So they eventually managed to make the vampire turn to mist, right? And so the vampire went with the vampire went wherever, and Captain Fall chased him. And they go in to try to like help out their team. By this time, Lowell has picked up Ferric, right? Ferric has said, "Fuck this shit, I'm out of here." He's run out.
this shit,
Then
I'm out.
Then he sat outside for a while. And he was like, "Damn it, if I don't go back in there, Lowell's gonna fucking die. Oh god damn it!" So he goes back in there, and then
Lowell died.
and then essentially the rest of the team had come in by that point too, right? They went in
What?
with Ferric. What's his face? Talithel cast invisibility on himself, but he forgot that he was carrying around his staff, which he had cast light on.
So I was
So
a
he was
glowing
a
light
floating
source.
orb of light.
Yeah.
Very, very hard to miss that.
Yep.
And by this point, the boss had like backed off and like circled around, right? And then like gone like hidden again. And so Dr. Goodberry was like standing off to like the side, right, trying to like come around this way, whereas the other two had come around this side of like the pillars. And so the boss had gone around, become hidden, moved up to Dr. Goodberry, just one hit KO'd her. Boom! Dropped her ass too. And so then Lowell's trying to backtrack this way to go pick her up as the other two are coming in. And the Mason's like, "Dude, I'm gonna grab this
Well,
shit
at some
with
point,
Mason."
I think for her turn, she shot the chalice and it fell in the water.
Yeah.
Because I had picked it up out of the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, with mage hand.
Yeah, and so it was right after that she got knocked out, and he tried to mage hand it, and so she like
He's not
saw the
pocketing.
mage hand, and she like looks around, she's like, "Now who out here is taking the chalice?" Right? and then fucking Ace is like, "Okay, now that I have it and I'm invisible, I'm gonna try to sneak away real quick."
Well, no. So I established I'm a glowing orb of light.
Yeah.
I left my staff.
He did.
And I walked
he did
away
leave
from
his
it.
staff, and the boss was
Okay,
also
smart.
the boss
Smart.
was
The biggest
also
brain play I
invisible,
ever
right?
made.
So him and the boss were both invisible, and they were like, at one point, they
Were we sharing
literally,
a
like,
space?
right here. They were like right on top of each other, like
Yeah.
when Mason was here, like picking up the chalice, the boss was like, "What the fuck is this light doing here?" You know? And
Oh boy,
not to
you're lucky I
mention-
ran out of action.
Not to mention, yeah, like her last action, like before you come over there, was
Yeah.
a seek action on the orb of light. So she knew you were a person. And as you got closer, she's like, "The fuck does this guy think he's doing?" And then she sees a child's fan and she's like, And then you're like, "I'm being real sneaky here." And I'm like, "Yep, you are. Yep." And then you're like, "Okay, I want to do another stealth check to like walk away, right?" But the stealth check was like super low.
Oh,
her
no.
like passive perception beat it.
Damn. And I'm
Yeah.
a master in stealth.
Yeah. I want
Yeah.
to say she had she's an expert or a master in perception.
That makes sense.
So her perception is pretty high up there. But it's like you start sneaking away, she's like, why is this motherfucker making so much noise when we walk? You know? And so,
Childhood song where it's like sneaking with the chalice.
Well, I'd already put it in my bag actually.
And
So yeah.
and so on her next turn, right? Because she was able to like not, because he wasn't ever like completely hidden, right? Like she knew what space he was occupying.
Yeah.
Even if she couldn't see him. And so that's just a flat check that she has to beat. So she rolled up to him and fucking just and dropped him. And so
Yeah.
like from like after he was like impaled, it started to like glow like red from like his blood and shit as he became visible. And then she dropped him. Then she fucking like dug through his bag and picked up the chalice and she's all, "This is mine." And it was at that point they were like, "Oh, we should leave."
I think I actually stay invisible even when I'm knocked out, which would be hilarious because like how do you
That
hide
would have
me to
been
heal me?
funny.
Well, no,
Yeah.
you just follow the puddle of blood slowly, just like.
Exactly.
Imagine just someone's cleaning up, they trip over the corpse. It's like,
Yeah.
The fuck?
what was that?
But yeah, so it was at that point they basically like left, right? And they like said, "Fuck this shit. This is too much." They're all basically like bleeding out and shit. They're like, let's just go back, guys. We'll come back here later. Let's leave." And so they get to the like the tunnel that goes back down. They're like, "Should we wait for
Captain
for
Fall.
Captain Fall?" And like have him like, "Fuck that shit. This lady could be behind us. We want to know. Go." Luckily, Captain Fall came like a couple minutes later. He's like, "I killed it. I got the head."
Let's
So
fuck out of here.
vampires are dead. You'll know where the chalice is. But
That's where we're at.
Well, I have poison now.
It was pretty funny when he brought the head. We were all like, "Ew, what the fuck? Why would you bring that with you?" And he was like, "Well, to show you that I did it." We're like, "We don't want to see that shit."
Wait. Why would he have the head? You have to anoint the head, then it catches on fire and disappears. How
Yeah,
does he
it
have
was
the
on
head
fire.
still?
He was like, "Look, it's
It was on
burning."
fire? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
he ran. The man runs like the fucking wind. All right.
Yeah.
I built the character. He was level 8, so he was your level. I guess I should have leveled him up too, but whatever. So he was your level, and everything I did was like extra grappling moves, speed. So this
Yeah.
man, if you cast haste on this guy, he could literally run up to a person, grapple them, throw them 30 feet, fucking catch them. Like, that's
Yeah.
how fucking fast this man is. Like he could be an anime character.
It's the Flash.
Essentially, he could be a fucking anime character. And it was rather intense playing him. Because he's just eating things all over the place. Like, that's all he could do. He's like, "I'm only good at one thing, guys. Throwing people."
I have a certain set of skills, and it's just throwing.
It's throwing people.
That's it.
It's throwing
Only
dudes.
set of skills. But, so, the reason I asked about y'all's AC is because, since I did everything before I had my Vegas trip, and now I basically have like a month to not really do shit. Like, I'm trying to like drag out my work. So I had plenty of time to make more bosses.
Nice.
I've
That's
made,
what I was afraid of.
I've made the
I was gonna
command
send in the group
structure.
chat. I was like, guys, we have to be careful. The more time we give Curtis, the more bosses
the
he's
worse,
gonna make.
The worse it is.
The more characters he's gonna make.
Oops, all bosses.
I've made the command structure for like Lamash 2's like group that's currently like trying to, you know,
Lamash
do
2
its
it up.
thing. Yeah, and so you guys know what that assassin type character, like what they called her, right?
The
Two
Whisper.
different things. It was the Whisper or what else?
Lamash 2.
The angry bitch with a scythe.
Lamash
Right.
2's girlfriend.
That's what
Right
Tyler
hand
called her.
man.
It was either the Whisper or like Lamash 2's like little finger or some shit like that.
Oh yeah.
The pinky
So-
finger.
Yeah,
They
there's-
call me a
every-
pinky.
every one of them has
I'm afraid to see all the other ones.
an
then.
attribute
Mm-hmm.
and like a voice type attribute like whisper or shout or
They
command
have
stuff like
an
that.
adjective name.
Or and then they also have either like a finger or like a part of the hand.
So you made a bard called Lamashu's prick, right?
That'd be hilarious. But no. So essentially it's like Lamashu's thumb, pointer finger, middle finger, ring finger,
Yeah.
pinky.
Yeah,
And
just
then
like-
Lamashu's palm.
Just like that guy
And
from
that
Dark
is-
Souls.
The hand of
No,
Lamashu
like
that's
Oblivion.
currently in the world.
That's
right.
Okay,
And then it also has
Yeah.
like different like voices.
Yeah. Wait, what
associated
is it?
with
What
too.
is it in Dark Souls?
But essentially, you guys are fighting the Whisper. And
Oh,
the
yeah.
Whisper because it's an assassin, right? Well, I finished designing the shout,
Nice.
which is also the pointer finger.
He just stands over.
Actually, no, it's the thumb.
you
It's the
guys!
thumb. And it is essentially like, whereas the Whisper is like sneaky assassin, the shout is tanky.
This
Oh,
loud.
well, we
Yeah,
already
proud.
have you already have the shout. It was Reed's character. Forgot
Nah.
his name.
This guy This guy's also a dwarf,
Oh yeah.
but he is
Rock, there we
significantly cooler. No, just kidding.
It can't be cooler than
You guys
that.
are pretty damn cool.
It's true.
I can't
But
believe he made
the
fucking
five.
villains. That blows my
The
mind.
5 were already there. You know what I mean? I
Right.
couldn't make one of y'all into the 5. So, but yeah. So I finished designing that character, and you guys might get a sneak peek of him today.
Cool.
I don't think y'all can kill him.
Probably not.
Okay.
I'll be fine as long as we kill this bitch.
I don't think y'all can kill him because I don't.
Well,
think
we
y'all
ran away
can
from her.
hit him.
Huh?
We ran away from her.
Yeah, we're
Watch
gonna run
this,
back and
Curtis.
kill her.
Watch me roll 3 20s
Maybe
in a
in
row.
10 days. I got
How'd
no
you
help.
do that?
3 20s in a row.
Hey, man.
2 dice.
I hope so.
Off 2 dice, I rolled 3 20s.
You would have to. It would be real funny if you
The
did.
emergency snail.
I rolled all single
Essentially,
digits.
Christian,
so no.
this character
Oh, yes, this
is
is the 6th member of the 5.
this character is very similar to your character.
Check
Sounds
this
about
out,
right.
Jeff. You can tell which dice my spells use.
I think it's
What did you take for
this
your
one
ally?
and this one.
Yep.
For your champion.
I just rolled these 8 times.
Yeah,
on my
yeah. Then you
fireball.
get a shield ally, blade
Oh, yeah,
ally,
shield
or whatever.
ally.
You took shield ally.
Mhm.
So did this guy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. It's good for a tank.
It's
a
good
build
for a tank.
It's a good tank build. I accidentally
This-
stumbled upon.
This man can negate 24 points of damage per hit.
Damn.
Damn.
I only do that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's imagine.
Or at least the first attack. After that, it drops, but it's still like a substantial amount to where, as I was making him, I was like, "Yo, this guy's kind of fucking wild."
Yeah.
So you guys may or may not get to see him today, depending on what you guys do.
Oh, oops.
Oh,
roll
it says
that.
your driver
Doobie-doobie-doo.
will arrive soon.
Ooh,
Nice.
cool. Alright, 2 questions.
Yes.
Okay.
1, how are you ruling how applying poison works to arrows?
So applying poison to arrows.
You
A
get
couple
poison.
different ways you can do it, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
There is one of the rogue talents or rogue feats that allows for you to prepare poison, and it says that it's like an action to apply it to a blade. But the problem with that is that it's an action to apply to a blade, and then it says it's good for like so many hits, right?
Mhm.
So the way that I view it is that it is an action to apply it to however many hits. Instead of the hits,
As
it's
arrows.
arrows.
Okay.
So if you can apply to say 2 hits, then it's 2 arrows.
Okay.
Right? So the other thing though is that I don't want you to necessarily pre-poison them ahead of time because the poison
only
isn't meant to
last
last
so
for
Yeah,
a
not like,
time,
oh, we're
right?
about to go in battle, guys. Let me just poison all
Poison.
100 of these arrows.
Exactly.
My quiver just sits in a bowl of poison.
So you do have to poison it in combat, or
Yeah.
like literally right before. Like if you're gonna ambush them or something, then it's part of like your first action in that ambush. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Because if not, it's gonna be
No, I was just
way too much.
I was just trying to figure out if because from what I've been seeing, it's like you can poison one sword or you can poison one arrow.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Well, so there's a like the actual ruling I think in the
This
book
arrow
somewhere
can-
says that it takes 3 actions to apply poison to a weapon or to apply it to 3 arrows, but then you have the rogue thing where it's only 1 action to do it.
Mm.
So I don't want you to have to take the feat to be able to do it like that, because part of the feat is that you get that poison and shit that you can make during your daily preps. But I think that you should just be able to apply it, but not be all 3 actions. Because like if you walk into a fight, you're like, all right, my first
Like,
turn
hold on,
is
guys.
just fucking doing that shit, you know, like nah, fuck this shit. So it says it's been dropped off.
Well,
Oh, nice.
you know, remember the book says the rule applies to poison, but not barbecue sauce.
There we go. What if you poison the barbecue sauce?
Get your ass off my couch now.
Shit, just do it to something that only gets worse as time goes on, like milk or something. I don't know.
I leave all of my arrows in my quiver, and my quiver is covered in milk. It's covered in
Milk, it's absolutely festering.
It's like, well, your arrow is now more toxic and poisonous, but you're taking a major hit to your stealth. You guys sneak your
Instead of like
why does it smell like raw?
What's that smell?
It's like because you know how there's like a little like a note for your stealth if you have like because when I had chainmail it was noisy. It's just like smelly. Oh, what the fuck? Why does it smell like fucking rotten milk?
Good boy.
The priceless gems have been stolen. Where could the robber be?